Greetings of the day. My name is Karthik Bharadwaj, and I'm here with my colleague Akansha Gupta, and we're reporting from the studios of IIM.
Today, we are going to try and shed some light on carbon footprints of F&B industry.
Now, what do we mean when we refer to carbon footprint? A carbon footprint is defined as the total amount of greenhouse gases emitted into the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide and methane, etc. It is associated with the activities of an individual, a community, an organization, a process, a product, or service. Among other things, individual carbon footprint can thus be termed as the total amount of greenhouse gases produced by a person's actions such as transportation, household activities, clothing, and
Great! Now that we know what carbon footprint means, let's talk about what role does it play in food and beverage industry. The carbon footprint of food and beverage operations in hotels varies depending on factors such as sourcing, preparation methods, and waste management. However, it can account for a substantial portion of hotels' overall carbon emissions.
here are some ways how carbon footprint can be managed in the ethnic part. Cut down on air conditioning, cut usage of the most power intensive appliance in your service premises. Run your air conditioning less frequently or raising the temperature so that the system does not work as hard will reduce your carbon footprint.
Less meat and stick with fruits, veggies, grains, and beans. Raising animals require more energy than growing plants. When you consider using power to produce and ship their food, then ship them to processing and eventually to market, you are talking about a sizable carbon footprint. One of delicious and healthy ways to reduce your carbon footprint is to switch to high protein vegetables and certain grains for some of your meals.
Choosing organic and local foods that are in season. It takes energy to plant, cultivate, and harvest. It takes even more to transport it for processing, storage, and then distributing it to markets. If you choose, you eliminate that part of the energy.
Reduce your food waste. Buying more food than you need and throwing it away wastes the food item itself, along with all the resources use it to get to you.
Compost dealing with waste consumes energy. A garbage truck needs to pick it up, haul it to landfill or processing center. Then it undergoes even more energy when using processing. By composting some of your organic waste, you cut down on the volume of refuse ahead for the dump and also create useful organic matter.
Use reusable cups, plates, utensils, bottles, and containers. Disposable utensils, once used and tossed after a meal, are a tremendous waste resources and contribute to food carbon footprint. Many items are made of plastic derived from oil. The carbon footprint includes material itself and the energy used in manufacturing and transporting it to you. Once used, it becomes waste that consumes even more energy. Switching to reusable containers has a much more lower impact on the environment.
Ongoing research and development is producing more eco-friendly packaging materials. Some of these are biodegradable, using plant-based materials such as bio-PET, which uses the residual material from sugarcane or sugar beet production. Others are new plastic variations like FDCA or PA, which draw on renewable raw materials derived from residual agriculture, industry materials, or food waste.
F&B brands are looking beyond their own processes to ensure that their suppliers are adhering to ethical and sustainable practices. They are striving to offer more transparency so that they can source more responsible and local ingredients and ensure fair treatment of food producers. For example, palm oil is often connected with deforestation and abuse of indigenous populations. So companies like Unilever are taking steps to reassure consumers about their palm oil sourcing.
F&B companies are decarbonizing their end-to-end operations by shifting fleets to low-carbon transportation, changing low-carbon cold chain technology, and optimizing transit routes. With smarter transportation, products can be grouped into fewer individual shipments requiring less energy.
Now let's talk about some of the challenges that are faced to reduce carbon footprint. A highly complex supply chain. Approximately 90% of FNB rated emissions are Scope 3 emissions originating from agriculture, land use practices, and livestock control. According to EcoVadis, sustainable procurement is still the weakest link in FNB sustainable endeavors. While food and beverage companies have made great strides in improving their management of many environmental, social, and ethical risk factors, the supply chain remains critically vulnerable, observes the report.
A lack of actionable insights. F&B brands need not just data, but also better analytics to produce the insights that will enable them to achieve a realistic, actionable zero carbon road. Many brands are struggling with legacy software that can't support the artificial intelligence and machine learning tools, which correct their process, reveal inefficiencies, and open up visibility into their complex supply chains. Until the digital transformation is complete, F&B companies will still fall short of the goals. Now let's discuss some measures to maintain carbon footprint in food and beverage industry.
Certainly, like change in SOPs. Like while water pouring, we can ask the guest whether to stop. Like if the guest has a certain amount of water, he'll ask to stop.
Absolutely, and AHU units, arithmetic humidity units, can be used to maintain the atmosphere and temperature in service areas.
Certainly, automatic power cuts while electronics are not in use. This will reduce us stop the electricity which is wasted.
And coffee warmers can be switched off after the operation so that energy can be saved.
Okay. Sensor-based operations like guest area lights, while not in use, they are being switched off, and water taps, which are sensor-based, can stop the water wastage.
We can also carry out food campaigns to spread food to the needy and reduce our food waste.
Okay. So lastly, we can use eco-friendly packaging, which can reduce the carbon emissions to the environment.
That's all for today. Thank you for joining with us. Stay tuned, folks. Signing off from Iihm.